Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about macros and explain to you a little bit about what macros or macronutrients means or what it means to count your macros. Maybe you've heard the term IIFYM or if it fits your macros. This all revolves around counting your macronutrients. Now, what are macronutrients? These consist of carbs, proteins, and fats, which make up all of the foods that you eat. So, why is it important to, or why is it useful or helpful to track these? Well, it can help in different body compositions that you are trying to achieve. For example, right now I'm trying to build muscle. So not only are my daily calories going to be up, but my carbs are going to be increased because right now I'm trying to build muscle. Carbs are important to build muscle, along with proteins and fats. But carbs are kind of a different one that we can play around with depending on if you're trying to gain more muscle or lose more fat, depending on the point in your journey. So why is this better, I'd say, than just counting calories? Because, for example, right now I'm eating about 2,200 calories. So if I were to just count my calories and not pay attention to my macronutrients, I could decide to eat 20 bananas today. I wouldn't do that. First of all, I would have a little bit of a problem with constipation, TMI. But one banana, depending on how big it is, has roughly 20 to 30 grams of carbohydrates in it. It has about 1 to 2 grams of protein and about 1 gram of fat. So as you can see, if I were to eat 20 bananas today, I would probably still be under my caloric goal for the day, but my carbs would be very high because it's mostly composed of carbohydrates. So getting a good balance of each macronutrient in your diet is going to be important for, your goals that you're trying to achieve, whether that be building muscle or losing fat. So this is why, instead of just counting calories, we're going to count our different macronutrients. So in order to figure out your macronutrients, this is going to be different for everybody. So the amount of macros that I follow, which I'm not going to share because it's not relevant really to you, because you're not going to want to follow my numbers. I don't want somebody to say, oh, that's what she's doing, it must work, so I'll do that. Well, it doesn't mean it's not going to work the same for you. So we use a few different things when we calculate your macronutrients. First of all is your height, weight, age, your activity level. And then your BMR is something that's also calculated. That's your basal metabolic rate. This is the calories that you are going to require for your body just at rest, for your body to function, basically, if you were to do nothing. And then we add in there your total daily expenditure, which is how active are you? Are you somebody that works out 5 days a week, or are you somebody that works out twice a week? So depending on that number is going to be different for you, which is going to change your overall caloric intake for the day and therefore change the amount of macronutrients that you are eating. So 1 gram of carbohydrate has 4 calories, 1 gram of protein has 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So all of these kind of, put together can help you not only meet your caloric goal, but your macronutrient goal. So I hope that answers some questions. I use an app on my phone called MyFitnessPal. It's really easy. You can enter everything you eat. There's even different restaurants, meals on there, and there's, any food you can find. If you just, whatever you're eating, you can type in the search and it'll pop up. It'll calculate and add up all of your total macronutrients and your total calories. So it's super convenient to use that app. I know there's other ones out there. That's just the one I personally use. Now, a little tip when you're actually measuring out your foods. Yes, for example, if you're going to eat oats, there's obviously, usually not just a package, sometimes there is, but you have to measure out a certain amount of oats because a half a cup or 40 grams of oats have about 25 carbohydrates. I use a scale, and it's not necessary depending on your goals. Now, if you're training for a bikini competition, you're going to have to use a scale. I, however, am not, but I like to use a scale because it's much more accurate. So, for example, if I measure out a half a cup of oats, and then with a measuring cup, and then I measure out 40 grams of oats on my scale, it's going to be much different. Unfortunately, a half a cup of oats measured out in a half a cup is actually more than 40 grams. So that's why I use my scale. It's much more accurate. Another one, which is easy to go over, my friends, because I have addiction to peanut butter. I should probably go to, you know, like something like AA, but for peanut butter. Anyways, if you measure out a tablespoon of peanut butter and then you weigh out a tablespoon, or 16 grams, you're gonna have less peanut butter in the 16 grams than you are in the tablespoon. So I have to weigh that because I could probably eat the whole jar in one sitting. So moderation, my friends, moderation. So again, back to macros. It's a lifestyle I have recently undertaken. In the last few years. It's allowed me to be able to reach my goals, but still be able to have leniency in my diet. I don't have to eat just chicken and asparagus and green beans and rice to reach my goals, which has been amazing and eye-opening for me. And so, for example, you know, sometimes IIFYM can get a bad rep because people are like, oh, it fits my numbers, I can eat whatever I want. Well, no. If you're somebody that thinks that you can just eat Pop-Tarts and ice cream and donuts, it's not going to fit your macros, my friends. There's hardly any protein in that. And you're going to be way over on your fats and most likely your carbs. So if you want to eat, you know, donuts and Pop-Tarts, you're going to be hungry the rest of the day because you're not going to be able to fit very many of those in, and then you're going to have to eat chicken the rest of the day. So I'm just saying, a lot of people say, you know, you follow IIFYM, so you have an excuse to eat donuts and ice cream, but no, that's not the case. Because I also, this is important, track your micronutrients, which is like your fiber. Keeping track of your fiber is important, and then your sugars, because you don't want your sugars too high. Now, I'm not too strict on my sugars, especially if it's coming from fruit. I do count the carbs from fruits, because yes, fruits are a carbohydrate. But if my sugars are coming from fruits, I'm okay with that. But I want my fiber. Fiber should be roughly 25 to 35 grams a day. If you're eating Pop-Tarts and sugar and donuts, you know, you're not going to hit your fiber goals. You're going to be way over on your sugar. So, my son is running away. Hold that thought. Hi. What are you eating? The moment you catch your son playing in the cupboard, who's almost 1 year old, with something in his mouth, which was a hard pasta shell. Not good, not good. Don't worry, we got it out. He's currently emptying my cupboard. Yeah, marshmallows, popcorn, crackers. Yeah, I hope that clears up some things for you guys. If you are more interested in calculating your macros or following your macros, I'd love to, I don't know, answer some more questions. So if you have more questions, you can comment below. If you want help calculating your macronutrients, also comment below. I'd be happy to help you, you know, figure out what numbers you should follow for your goals in your body. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.